helping you with that. But it also means it's another night where Greg Sampson will be tinkling the ivories and strumming the wires, I guess. I don't know what. Yeah, strumming a chord or two, something like that. Ladies and gentlemen, and he's here. Just arrived in the nick of time before it was an extremely short show. I just about made it. Good morning to you, Greg.
Good morning, Alastair. Thanks again for having me.
Welcome to the show, and I have to make a bit of an apology. We actually have tried the drinks already.
Oh,
sorry about that. We weren't too short.
Okay.
You made it just in the nick of time.
I can
how
see
are
that.
you?
Very good, very good.
Now, are you going to Alexandria today?
Yes, I'm on the crew tour.
Oh, are you? Okay.
To Giza, and it should be quite exciting.
Gosh, you're going to be exhausted to then come back and work tonight.
I'm still feeling it from Petra in my muscles. Oh, you know, we climbed up on top of that rock and had that photo taken. Boy.
But so you're still tired from that? You see, I thought you were fit to that. You're not a gym man. Then.
I guess not. All the biking I do, I have a bike on board.
Yeah, you should be pretty healthy.
My legs should be in better shape. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress.
So, so you're not cycling down to Giza then today?
No, not cycling down to Giza.
Yeah, it's only a 4-hour drive.
That's right.
So do you cycle a lot at home as well? Or?
I do actually, yeah. Yeah, I like it. Minnesota, where I'm from, is the land of 10,000 lakes, and there's always a lake or a nice river to go and cycle, and they got a lot of nice trails. And,
so Minnesota's actually it's actually quite. If it's got lots of lakes, but it's actually quite flat, isn't it, Minnesota?
It's quite flat. We have a lot of prairies, so it's kind of like rolling prairies.
But gentle.
Stuff. Gentle, yeah.
So you can cycle up and down the...
Yeah, we don't have any mountains or anything.
Right.
Although in skiing we have areas called like Afton Alps, but it's really just a hill.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone.
Okay. But it does get so cold. I mean, we discussed this before.
Yes, it does.
I mean, you're a smart man coming away at this time of year.
Yes.
And you're on here for a while longer, right?
Yeah, I'm on here till June 23rd, home for 2 months, then back for 8 months until the end of the 2010 World Voyage.
God.
And maybe even
nothing
longer than that.
Nothing like planning your year ahead.
That's right.
So what are you going to do in your time off? Cause I know you do a lot of writing while you're on board as well, don't you? You're always looking at new music and stuff like that. Do you carry on with that at home, or do you take a complete musical break when you go home?
I take a bit of a long musical break, actually, because it's so intense here, 7 nights a week playing. Yeah. Once in a while, the occasional dueling piano gig will come up, and I'll go ahead and do that.
Right.
But and I concentrate quite a bit on writing original music and recording in my home studio.
Now we don't hear you doing your original music very often.
Well,
do you sneak them in here and there?
I sneak them in here and there.
Do you?
I put them. They're in disguise.
You should feature them. We should, make a feature next time I meet.
All right.
Do one tonight.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Okay. Now tonight, the first 3 people to ask Greg, let's hear an original piece of music.
Okay.
The first 3. We'll give you some vouchers. We'll get the end started.
All right.
To give you some vouchers.
Okay.
The first 3 to do that will not only get to hear a piece of original Greg Sampson music.
There you go.
They'll also get a voucher as well.
That's right.
So we'll hear. So what's your favourite piece that you?
Well, I have a lot of stuff that would make good soundtracks. Maybe for like radio commercials or something for a movie. So maybe you could come in and do a reciting of poetry or something over one of my little discs.
That would be quite.
Because you're kind of an actor.
Well, I do. Ah, yes, indeed. The one that speaks like this when one starts thinking about acting, But actually, I have to say that when you have music, like listening to Rada Harps and Harps the other day, and things, poetry and any form of storytelling is so much more powerful with music behind it.
Right. So you're more than welcome if you have a favorite poem, or maybe you've written a poem of your own, or a story, or...
No, I'm not a very good... I'm busy enough with my blog to do any poetry.
There you go.
I haven't written any poetry recently, but you never know. There's a great poem. Actually, there's 2 great poems I've got, which I've been given. One is about the Queen Mary.
Oh,
and it's the Queen Mary meeting another ship. It's lovely. I must look that up. It's a really lovely poem. And the other one is Holiday Afloat, written by Pam Ayres.
Okay.
It was actually written on board one of our sister companies, Piano, but we changed the words a little bit to mention. Anyway, so let's talk more about your music. And because you play the guitar, you play the piano, you sing. What else?
I play a little bass and a little bit of drums.
Oh dear, okay.
In fact, a lot of my original music, it's all me, a one-man band, much like what Paul McCartney would do.
Right.
He'll play all the instruments, so I'll lay down a track of just the guitar, reverse, lay down a track of all piano, reverse, lay down all the vocals, reverse, bass, drums, synthesizer,
That's kind of cool. Now, that's the thing we don't see you playing as a synthesizer at all. Do you play keyboards? Are you into the technology of the keyboard?
Little bit, yeah, little bit.
Because I know that you're not a big techno person.
Well, I've been very fortunate, and I must thank my good friend Paul Trotter, who I dearly miss in the pub. I really hope that
he'll be back soon.
He can come back soon. But it allows me to play the guitar and play lead guitar, and then he's more like my backing track. So everything is all live as it happens, as opposed to if I didn't have him, maybe I'd have to put down backing tracks while I played the guitar, which again would all be me playing the bass, the drums, the keyboards, on like a laptop or something like that.
And I have another idea, and I know we're still behind on the sing-along.
Oh yeah, the rock and roll sing-along.
We have that, but I've got another idea.
Okay.
Hearing the other day, they did a musicals trivia, music from the musicals.
Okay.
I thought, what about a musical sing-along?
All right.
All your favorites from, Oklahoma, South Pacific.
Ooh, that's a very good idea.
Sound of Music, all that kind of thing. Mamma Mia.
Oh.
Get a bit of ABBA in there as
Maybe
well,
you can help me put that together. That sounds like
a
great idea.
I was going to be involved in this thing.
Twist your arm a little bit.
I think
that's a great idea.
I think it'd be good, yeah. If we do,
excellent.
I mean, actually, we could do an ABBA sing-along easily enough. I don't know how much ABBA you know.
I don't know a lot, but Caroline does.
Okay.
She could put on a wig or something, and we'll just take it from there.
Get going. We'll get going with some
ABBA's a bit tricky when you're a guy performer because all the hits were sung by the girls.
Yes, yeah.
All the deep album cuts were sung by the men.
Right.
Because I always get requests for ABBA, but all the big hits are all with the two girls out front.
Right.
So just being a solo male performer, that sometimes is a little difficult to pull off.
A solo male performer singing Dancing Queen doesn't really make it for me somehow.
Although you're an actor, maybe you could reprise the role or something.
Well, there you go. I have to say, even I think my singing wouldn't be quite as bad as Pierce Brosnan's. No disrespect, Piers, but it was pretty shocking singing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
It was pretty shocking. But he was a great actor, and it was a great movie, and I think somehow made more than charming by the fact how dreadful he was. And don't worry, we will be showing Mamma Mia again, probably in the Royal Court Theatre. It's looking like Mamma Mia will be one of those movies we're showing in the Royal Court Theatre, because I think a lot of people would like to see that again. So I think you might see that again.
I do have a musicals named that tune, however.
Ah, okay.
So we could, that's already done and dusted, so to speak.
Right. Well, that's what inspired me, you see.
Okay.
You knew all that, I heard that.
Yeah.
Well, Greg, I'm not going to be really long, because you're probably getting ready to go on tour soon. What time
That's right. Actually, it's pretty reasonable. We have to be in the crew mess at 9:45, which I think is pretty nice.
That's very good.
And then they just put us down there for a couple hours and set us free.
But it's a 4-hour drive, right?
Yeah, well, it's a long drive.
What time do you get back?
7 is what we're supposed to get back at.
So you're going to have about, an hour and a half there?
Yeah, but 2 hours.
2 hours.
I know it.
Never mind. I'm sure you'll have a great time anyway.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
I'd like to say hello to everybody who was on the crew bus the other day, going down to Petra, who said, we'll be keeping it going, we'll be singing all the way back.
Yeah.
All we heard was,
that's right.
All the way back. Because I don't know about on your bus what it was like, but there was a lot of snoring on our bus.
And of course, you were reading that great book that you had.
I was, yes.
That was an excellent book.
I bought a beautiful hardback book at Petra, which is very, very nice. And, I've still not been to the pyramids. I've still not been there.
Are you coming with us?
Alas, I can't make it today, no. One full day tour was enough. I've now got to catch up with all the work I missed out on then. So I'm just going to stay behind. Yes, I know, those little violins are going for me. Thank you so much. And apart from the else, I think my face needs to get over the sunburn from the last trip.
That's right.
Greg, thank you very much indeed for coming on the show.
You're very welcome. Thank you
also to Karen, my other guest. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day in Alexandria or the Giza or wherever you're going. We'll be back tomorrow. It's our last sea day tomorrow for quite a few days, so we've got a lot crammed in for you tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, have a great day. Cheers.